excited to be here today. I am Jack.
I'm Jess.
And we are St. John's BFF. And today we are here with Kendal, Cann. That's not how you say Kendal, Cann.
It's Cann.
It's Cann, but it's spelled fancy.
Yeah.
And she is the owner of Privilege Planning, and we are privileged to be here with you today. We adore you. We love you. I know that was a funny fun. That was funny.
All right.
Okay, we're here. All right, so Kendal, tell us. So you are a financial planner, and full transparency, I have no idea what that actually means, and we've talked about it a little bit, but I was really looking forward to get fully educated here today. And so Kendal, tell us about your business. When did you start? Why did you start?
Yeah, so I started my business in the industry. Let's start there. I started in the industry 2015, and I worked for a large corporation advising financial advisors.
Okay.
And in my college journey, I always knew I was going to be a financial advisor. My dad's been in the corporate side of things, advising corporations for the last 40 years.
So wait, as a child, you were like
growing up, and I thought every child was taught these things. Growing up, we had to pick a stock on Monday, and then we would evaluate throughout the week how it did on Friday. Whoever won got money, depending on how much my dad had been drinking.
That's
$20, $50. But so I always knew that was what I wanted to do. I went to work with my dad and picked up some school every day. I go to the corporate office of Raymond James in the St. Pete. So I saw that environment. If you've ever seen Wolf of Wall Street, it's not that exaggerated, but it was fun. There was alcohol, there was beer, there was parties, there was fights. It was exciting. So I knew I wanted to be in that. And when I was in college, I made these crappy little business cards that I think at that time it was called Vistaprint. And saying, I can help with budgeting. I can look at your statements. I can help you minimize fees. And I went to Tallahassee, it was FSU, go Noles. There was a personal finance section, and I put all these crappy little business cards in all the personal finance books and go back every quarter. And I realized that Dave Ramsey at that time had the highest turnover. So I read the book and realized there was a portion of Dave Ramsey's total money makeover where he referred business out to financial advisors. So I was like, okay, that's where I need to be. And when I graduated, I joined a big corporation, got licensed when I was 20. And then I met my husband and moved here and started my practice.
That's fascinating. Did you ever think that when you were a kid?
No, never. I thought it was normal.
I made a cake.
Every Friday, and I celebrated the weekend. That's what I did.
Every Friday.
Yeah. Well,
no, I climbed trees. Now. You financial plan, and then you baked cakes.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of us is doing
it's fun. It's exciting.
No, I'm saying that's amazing. Like, what I love to know that this isn't just like, hey, I want to do this to make money. It's like, no, I was created for this, and your confidence in that. That's amazing, especially when people are, I'm assuming, giving you their finances to invest for them. Tell us a little bit about what you do for your clients.
Yeah, so there's a very wide range. I tell people like you who might not understand the full gamut of what we do is anything in your life with a dollar sign, a good wealth manager can help you plan for. So it's investing in the stock market, personal and businesses. I have most of my clients are small businesses, and then we also invest and manage the personal side of their finances, but planning for saving for your kids' wedding, school, retirement, saving for that real estate portfolio you've been wanting to get started, buying a business, selling a business, having babies, getting a divorce, making sure the wife of your son who you don't like doesn't get all your money when you die. Like structuring these things to create generational wealth can look so different. There's such a range there. Yeah, I really do all of that. And we're fiduciaries, so we have to do something the best interest of our clients.
I love that because it is so challenging to personally set a goal. One, no accountability, to do it on your own and be like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna buy land. I'm gonna, invest over here. But then something comes up, and then something comes up. And truly, I mean, my husband and I have talked about it for years. We always want to set aside this much, and then like Jackson needs phrases all of a sudden. We're like, okay, we knew it was coming, but had we just maybe had a little bit more discipline, is that something you help with?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So goal planning is a huge part of what we do on the personal side, on the business side. You can't plan for everything. It's impossible, but things will go wrong, right? Mm-hmm. So you can plan for that. And the first step is building that foundational budget, which is what we're doing right now for BFF. We're trying to figure out what can we plan for and then make room for what we can. Mm-hmm. That way it doesn't knock us on our ass. Can I cuss?
Yeah, we can cuss.
knock us
Yeah,
on.
Melissa can I don't know. Can
No, let's not use the F word.
Okay.
I think of it else. We're fine.
Griselda, is that you back
No,
there?
I told you my name's not
Griselda.
Griselda. It's no Melissa.
Griselda.
It's still Melissa.
Okay.
Melissa for short.
Thank you for that, Melissa. Griselda. Go ahead. So she can cut it out if she needs to.
But there's only one thing we know for sure, and that things will go awry in life, right?
Yeah.
In life and finances, especially as if business owners. I mean, there's so many business owners in St. John's BFF, especially micro business owners. And we like to pour ourselves into our business. And there's one thing, is that there's going to be at least a year where you fall flat on your face.
Oh, yeah.
You got to plan for that.
And so that being said, that's where my question really arises, because as a financial planner, how, and I mean, you might be like, Jack, I don't want to tell you this, but you're going to, because I know you're so open booked. How do you guys get paid? Like, is there a monthly fee? Because I think that's the hang up. The fear that people have is like, I can't afford you, right? I can't afford you. And so does that come? Do I have to get it? I don't, but I keep my subtle. I couldn't get it.
And then we're just going to announce it.
No, it's fine. I'm good. It's good. But I think there's the fear with people, for me anyways, reaching out to financial planners. One, I'm like, if I can barely afford to budget in these things that I know I want to budget for, how can I afford a financial planner? So the budgets, do you do all budgets? Like, tell me about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that you just nailed on the head a very important, I guess, hurdle in our industry, is that there's no transparency on how we get paid. And that is one of the biggest things on why people get started is I'm scared to give this up. One, I'm embarrassed. I don't want people to know how bad things are. And two, I don't know if I can afford this. And I don't want to be told I'm not a right fit because I am too broke.
Yeah, I'm too broke.
So I can't speak for other firms. And my previous firm that I worked for, it was, percentage of the assets that they manage. Purely, you have money to invest, we get a percentage of that. But that ended up, when I worked there, having to tell so many people no. Because, and they would come back years later and be like, thank you so much for telling me no, like I'm ready now. But still, there was a very wide gap of, I'm not really helping people. I'm only helping people that already have money. What about people that don't? What about the small businesses, which is what I'm really passionate about, who are just paycheck to paycheck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have different models. All of my pricing is totally customized to that situation. I prefer to do flat fee. So, right, something you can save for, and then we're done and we can just move forward. It's not something we have to budget for monthly. We do monthly. We do percentage of assets if you are ready to invest. And those are the three. Yeah, monthly, subscription-based, a percentage of the money. So if you've got, if you've got $500K you want to invest it, it's a flat rate annually of that. And I only do better if you do better. I do worse if you do worse.
Okay.
So there's a budget, there's a payment.
And no, I feel like truly, and maybe, it's just like when I was interviewing Dr. Dina earlier, she was like, oh, InMode, talking about a new, machine. No one knows what that is. I don't know what InMode is. And so with financial planning, it's like, no one knows what that costs and if they can do it. And like you said, right, what I really love about you is your passion is small business. And so you have those three ways, which I didn't even know, that you have the flat rate, that you have the percentage, and you have the subscription. And that speaks true to who you are, wanting to help.
Well, there's really two things that I'm so thankful for. And one is that flexibility is only available to me because I own my own firm. 99% of other firms cannot do that.
Yeah.
And secondly, I'm so blessed that I married someone who played the NFL, right? Like I acknowledge that head on, like because of what my husband did for as long as he did it, personally, financially, we're set. So that changes the conversation when I sit down with people. And I get to say, I don't need your money to put food on my table. I'm gonna be honest with you and do what's in your best interest because I'm gonna be good either way.
Yeah.
So that totally changes the vibe of the relationship.
I love that. See, that's why I was saving all this for now. And if you don't know, Kendal so graciously volunteers and donates her time to BFFS.
Sometimes I regret it.
Sometimes we're getting you the budget.
Or the board meeting, and we're like, the budget's the priority.
Yeah,
it's January.
And we're towards the end of January. We're just buttoning things up.
We have to make it liquid to give it to her.
Kendal, I just gotta liquefy some assets.
We just gotta pour it out, and then we can let you know.
But no, and that's obvious because she knows that we are doing our best to serve and bring together as many businesses as possible so we can all collaborate, so we can all grow, so we can all win. And she was like, I see what you guys are doing. I want to do the same thing. Although sometimes I slightly regret my decision. She's not quitting. We have a 6-month quit policy. We can't get out.
It's a blessing.
No, but really, like, you have spent hours upon hours educating us, helping us with communication, with growth, with leadership. And you've done that simply because you believe in the mission and the vision alongside us. And that's been incredible to watch. And so for you, what is your growth? What is your ask? What do you need? What do you want to do? Like, moving forward for 2025, like, how can we serve you? How can we help you serve others?
Well, I really want to get out into my community and talk about what I'm doing, because when people think financial advisor, they think retirees, they think wealthy. That's not who I serve. I serve the people that you guys represent. I like women entrepreneurs. And that kind of leads into the speaking, the webinar that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, well, you're speaking at 2 different upcoming BFF things, right? Because it's very important. And just as we wanted education, we want to empower you to be educated as well. We have some dates for that. Griselda, could you get those dates?
It's April 24th for the luncheon.
Yes.
And then May 5th?
May 9th.
May 9th, of course. Yes, May 9th.
Yeah, we're going to do a webinar where we're going to talk about faith and finance and women entrepreneurship and how to blend the two, because I grew up an atheist, so I'm a baby Christian. And I was an atheist longer than I've been a Christian. And I feel like my why in my faith is, how do I integrate this into my business? Mm-hmm. And I think there's a lot of people like me, especially in our group, where are small business owners, or they have families and they're trying to accumulate wealth to provide for their families for generations to come. But they're also tithing. You know, they're also donating their time, pouring into their business. What does that look like? What does success look like when you're supposed to give back before you selfishly take? So that's where I touch on that in the website.
I love that. So thank you so much. Do you have any questions?
Jess, what about a food corner? Food corner with Jess?
Food corner time with Jess?
Yes, there's so much food, and I am full, so I'm really happy.
Wow,
so
okay.
I'm nap right now.
I got a little dessert.
Okay, she's like, did anyone get any dessert?
Yeah, Indian was a strong choice.
It was so good.
Yes. All this white.
But yeah, it's so
It was bold.
But yeah, seriously, Kendall, thank you for taking the time, because just like I said, I don't know what a financial planner does. It does not feel good to not be empowered and know what your friends really do, especially if it's your area of, oh my God, I freak out because I'm embarrassed of my finances. I did not grow up wealthy. I grew up extremely poor. And then I've just been like grasping, trying to build wealth, but not knowing how. Thank you. You're so good to me. But not really knowing how. And then just knowing that, hey, at any point in time, I can come ask you questions. I can tell you what my budget is. I don't have to be embarrassed. You know I'm broke. It's fine. I'm not going to be broke for much longer. And not broke. Don't get me wrong. We've worked really hard, but I never felt like I could invest. I never felt like I had extra or could plan.
You can also call Kendall when you invest in a meme coin and then we can't get the money out. She is on call.
From these people. 11 o'clock in the morning or at night.
It was a Saturday. It was
I bought the Trump meme coin. What do I do?
I don't know. It said that.
Why would you to do that?
Griselda?
No, you sent it to me, and I didn't research it, and we bought the wrong one because we went
it was going up, and I grabbed
bought-
it was going up.
I think we had it up to like $6,000, and then we didn't get it because we didn't know how to get it out. We
It
couldn't
was,
get the
it
money.
was like 5 a.m. on Saturday morning when I bought it.
They asked me after. And I think that the takeaway here,
Thank you.
there is no such thing as a stupid question. You should never be ashamed of what you have or what you want. And understand that if you don't plan, money falls through your hands like sand.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of it personally.
Yeah.
You have to take inventory of what you're doing.
Well, that feels, even when you have,
professionally.
and so not broke, but 4 kids, right? And it's like, oh, another one needs something. And you're like, oh no, now I'm earning good money. I'm working my butt off. This is great, but they always need something. So coming to you and just having you in our corner and knowing that you're in BFF's corner.
Mm-hmm.
And again, no question is a stupid question. You shouldn't feel ashamed, but I love that you're blending the faith and finance and that you're going to come and you're going to pour into all of our people. And
Absolutely.
Again, April 24th. Thank you for this date. It's April 24th at the luncheon. She's going to be speaking at the luncheon. And then May 9th is going to be a webinar where it's learning about faith and finance, about an hour, and then some Q&A for her. You guys, you want to get on board with this. You want to know Kendall. You want to get involved. And tell us your Instagram handler. Oh, yes.
Reach you. Kendal.Cann is mine. Privileged Plating Inc.
2 N's.
This one. 2 N's,
Cann.
1 L.
Cann.
Kendal.Cann.
Are you saying Cam or Can?
Cann.
Is it okay?
Cann. It's Cann with 2 N's.
When they did play football, they pronounced it Con.
Did they really?
Years.
Oh, I just say Cann with 2 N's.
Yeah, that's a safe one. But yeah, you can reach out on there. You can send me an email. You can text me. I'm at many of the events.
Yeah.
Just don't be a stripper or follow.
Yeah, give her a follow, give her a like, give her a love, do all the things. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us today. Have a fabulous day. Bye.